I think actually this matchup, although it being a banger, probably the best matchup we could have for the opening here in Game Changers. But
dude, this is gonna be interesting. I'll kind of draw the trips that we have to see from the Cypher. They're gonna start on attack, so they picked a Cypher and then they decide to go on attack. Okay, C9 need like it's a big defensive comp. They don't need too many rounds. They need like 4 rounds, if I'm honest.
If I'm Cloud9 White and I look at this team, I'm looking at
okay, we'll get into it. Crew on defense, C9 on attack.
That kind of aggression, that dominance, that control, but we dive into things.
Knife out for knife out, no information anyway. Double stack over towards short, so it's like a bit of a bait setup. With the alarm bot. This is one of our old ones. This might work well. Killjoy's making a lot of sound though. This might be a little bit too obvious. The second molly made this a little bit too obvious, but actually, looking like they weren't going to check it. They decided not to go though. So they're just paying really heavy. Prowler over towards B, locks on.
Working mid though, but you can look at the extremities. Also then one out by Crew, so it's that kind of exchange.
Oh yeah, observers.
Blood. Jesse can come down, but it's all but a ruse. The B pinch is on the way.
Actually, the scrambling to get back towards site.
Oh my god, I felt like I'm watching Overwatch. What's going on?
Onto site. Actually, 2 players tucked in here. They're ready to actually pop off. This flash is perfect as well, Lauren.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. We have to see if they can actually take the side control as it stands. For now, it's all good. Plant going to come down. We look towards the retake. What do they have to build in? 1 towards CT, 2 towards middle. Romy.
It's fine, guys. Does everyone tweet out Prius, flame him? I don't think he's at this event, but we should still blame him.
Coming through, but nothing there. It is all towards the site. 3 players posted up, and here it comes.
Okay, big 3 on 3, all 3 on site here. Omen, no flash or anything. They have 1 flash from K. That'll do it. Damn, okay, that's a nice start from them. Okay, so I said that they needed 4, they get pistol, so that makes it a lot easier.
Not even getting past the first hurdle there. All 3 players from Cloud9 White stacked in, ready to take that engagement. And actually, respect given on the side of Romy to be the one to try and be the aggressor in this scenario. Funny here with the opener, just tucked into short.
The bait did work out in the end. They managed to get a kill for it, but yeah, Cat just kind of owned this one.
But just couldn't get ahead of that site here.
You talk about confidence.
Giving it already.
This is stage performance now.
Okay, let's get the buys. 4 stingers, 5 stingers. Sorry, 5 specters. Oh my goodness, 5 specters. Do you know what? I read stingers in chat.
We have a little kind of eco piece. We've got the
5 specters. Knife goes in.
It
hit 1.
Caught by it, but Cloud9
No, it didn't even hit any. It hit none. So this is kind of nice that they know of the default that they're doing, and they're trying to on their eco punish the default. And honestly, it's gone great. So knife goes here, right, and they decide to all go in front of it and hope that they would walk around in and then do some aggression on themselves. They actually get 2. Some really nice shots here, but good reaction at the moment we can see. But this is still a question mark, right? They didn't see all 5, so they still have to go a little bit slower. They still have to check all these corners.
Brilliant work coming out from Crew. I'm really happy to see. You can see instantly that spike got collected and got the hell out of danger. So over towards the site we go.
It's still very hard for Crew to win this, right? Their HPs are just...
Same with Bob as well. So you're still in a decent enough
if they can kill Bob and get the gun.
The timing is everything. Do they still recheck towards
oh boy.
You've got 4 players.
Oh boy, this is 4. This is 4, right?
And it's devastating. It's so much. They all have to turn. It's time being purchased. Bob does not need to overcommit to this. Just chip away by time. Precious seconds. Because Crew are almost back in this round. It's only 1 to make it forward.
Yeah, good attempt from Crew though. I like the idea for the eco. It looks like they've done a little bit of homework as well, trying to instantly punish the default on an eco. So I thought this was a good attempt. Nice cage, nice camera, good setup from C9.
On the backside of this, but the opener was fantastic here. I mean, Kalita finding 2 kills off the rip with the Sheriff, and luckily, C9 White.
Early luck coming in from a Sova as well. They need to see this. They need to like talk about it maybe.
But I also do want to look at Crew's consideration.
Big round for Crew, huh? Cat has her ult, but it's, I mean maybe. Panpok.
Hey, it's our favorite.
Shout out GB.
Thanks, GB. You're really cursed.
What is this?
But no, I think rolling it back to even just that second
what
round,
is
I did
this?
like what I was seeing from
2 rounds in. Dude, I swear someone actually called this in chat and said that 2-0 there was going to be 1.
Try to maybe disrupt a little bit, feel a bit warmer in the game, take a couple of these fights for themselves, because it could get a little bit, you feel like everything's being dictated to you, because in my mind, again, Mike here, Cloud9 White want to look through this team. They want to run through this. They want to look as clean as they did online.
And on the flip side of that, C9W actually poised. They're ready to receive that sort of play, right? They're anticipating crew, not necessarily 5 people stacked up, but
something.
Exactly, yeah. So again, diligence shown from C9W, not really wanting to let that round 2 get away from them, and still maintaining. Actually, I mean, impossible for crew really to come through, risk regaining those weapons as well. I don't think they wanted to reveal the extent of that stack. So the fact that Katsumi didn't hang around, obviously, crew none the wiser to that.
And we will be going into the bonus this round. It should be an okay push.
But I think about the 5-man push on Eco, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good attempt. It was a winnable round. It was a very winnable round.
Check back in when we jump back into the game. For now, of course, the bonus, we'll have to see what they're working with as well on the other side. But overall,
maybe if they had pushed further and got the guns, that could have worked.
They can be creative as well. We saw Crew do it in the prior one.
But I like the fact that it looked like they had something planned.
Mindset coming into this. I don't want to see them just kind of running through the motions here. I'd like to see Cloud9 actually bringing out maybe not all of the plans.
Have I seen the Liquid announcement? Is in like the actual video? Yeah, it's incredible. You got the drop already? Cool. Good to see this working.
Some of these Spectres coming in for Cloud9 White can actually do damage here. We're talking about maybe some of these ranged engagements if Cloud9 White look to lean towards mid once again. I think actually Jazzy and Lex is probably just going to ride this through on pistols, to be honest. You Katsumi and Bob have some funds to spread. But ultimate-wise, it's only really Kalita, those skills in the previous one away. And Katsumi doesn't have the TP available. We're going to see something. If Crew do actually play close contact once again, Katsumi can really actually get into the backlines with that.
Yeah, there's some potential for that one. Beyond that, though, hopefully all of you are having fun. Good morning to the watch parties tuning in. I think a couple of you.
What can I say about Scream being IG Alpha K-Corp?
Crew fans as well, so hopefully you're having a nice day. Maybe some breakfast on the go, really easy.
He's not a natural born IGL, and I think at this stage you have to be one. So I'm a little bit worried. I think that coach is going to have to do a lot of work. I think the team is still going to be good, but do I think they're going to win anything? No. Not until they get an IGL. I think it'll be the same as Liquid. Right, it'll be the same as the Liquid thing, where I think they can come close to winning anything, but will they win anything? No.
Solidifying or giving validity to some of these online results, right? And that's not to take anything away from two.
I don't think it's necessarily his fault as well. I don't think that he would have gone in wanting to be the IGL, but then again, maybe he did. But
for both of these teams,
I think also the calling in his actual native tongue might help a lot. It's a lot different calling calling in your own language. I think it should be a little bit easier. Do I know where they passed on Enzo? No, not really. I actually thought I was a little bit excited when I heard that was their team and he was going to be caller. I thought that was going to be pretty good for them.
EU potentially so many other regions potentially look at. So as it stands for me, I think this.
What do you think about Team Liquid's players compared to Fnatic? I think both are so strong. Yeah, I think both rosters look great. I do have to give Fnatic the edge again just because they've been a core for longer.
I like the creativity from Crew. So already 2 good looks.
Okay, Pansies fixed the tech pause, fixed the PC. We're ready to go. We have an Odin out already. Oh boy.
Key indicators in terms of really translating that form.
Okay. Odin out already. Killjoy, Fade, playing towards this. Okay, Omen or Insta just to get info though, got shot straight away. Knife went in, hit quite a few. Are they just going to go in even though most of them are knifed? Yep. Oh, they've called this so well, by the way. They get onto site with the cheaper guns. Okay, let's see what the retake's like from Crew. This is looking really good for C9. Yeah, this is really good.
This could go sideways. I don't love that they didn't try.
Why did they? No, top heaven. Like here.
Down to bare minimum here on the Cloud9 White side.
I'm pretty sure.
This is a great opportunity for Crew, but they need to get going.
A lot of time burnt up here already, Kalita.
Why did they play retake against low buy?
Little crossfire setup here though, just outside. Conir actually loses out to Jazzykins with a ghost here.
And I love the commitment as well from Jazzykins, still doing great chip damage too, and Alex is still not noted.
Oh my god, he's gonna. It's done. Mel's owned it.
On the flank, and that's a denial of the ult's validity. It's gonna find nothing here. As Romy, the last one alive in a 1v3 and Katsumi.
Okay, this is really nice. I definitely have to do a big question mark as to why Crew decided to play retake against lower. Like normally when they have the worst guns, you really want to make sure you don't let them get through choke points. Definitely a good call from C9. I wonder if they did some homework as well and realized that they like to play A on retake. I'm not entirely sure.
They can take that peak. Once that slow orb comes in onto heaven, that peak is not comfortable. It's not as if you've got a chamber that can kind of dip in and get out quickly.
Right.
It's Romy scrambling to find his rotation, just can't get there in time.
Oof. And they put
almost
the
a
fade
panic
ult in.
throw now here from Kalita to try and clear through short, but Mel threads the needle perfectly.
And got to say, Katsumi looking like a
5-man push again on the ecos. Uh-oh.
And once again, similar scenes, but it looks like Cloud9 White and more than
Okay,
aware.
I mean,
Good
it's
trade
working out
Crew,
for them.
though.
Let's check the reaction.
They at least going to do some damage on this one. Rifle's not quite recoverable yet, so a little bit tricky in that regard to try and maybe get those back into play for Crew if they could recover them. And already, C9W White just going to turn attention. They want that plant. That's what they're going to try and facilitate.
Yeah,
The
reaction
two
is
players
pretty
playing
good.
slightly ahead. Spike safely working his way around by main.
Again, should be so fine for C9 to clear this one.
Secure a little by tree, which they're going to do by at least shutting the door.
Nexus and Mel might even go
If the Odin was holding there, yeah, it would have been a spray down.
be able to greet a couple of members of Crew just ahead of progress towards heaven.
Little bit risky playing double heaven, I'll be honest,
Just
but
behind the curve there. Fortunately caught.
we'll let him have it.
Savior of that one. Alexis nearly caught, but Crew doing damage once again here with pistols. Happy to stack up, taking engagement on one extremity.
Yeah, that is like, obviously it's very hindsight, but honestly, when you kind of push with 5, when you push with 5 and you get 2 kills, a lot of the time,
Smells yet to die.
Yeah.
the enemy basically when this happens, right? When there's 2 deaths, the enemy team has to try and do something. They can either react and go over towards the other site, or they have to kind of protect the guns. So I even want to see them insta book it over towards the other site, or they go for the guns. I think both of those ecos so far, if they're gone for the guns, they had a good chance to win.
Now this could be a good start though.
Okay, AWP comes out. Crew needs to start getting some rounds.
Give up that mid control, which actually quite quickly C9 are going to take into their.
Oiko, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. 3 months in the slug club. Thank you so much. Spam some slugs in. Appreciate the support.
One-way phone up. Great counter to that is the spy cam from Mel.
Do you think C9 are playing a lot of... Oh, for sure. Dude, the fastest way to improve is playing people that are better than you. So the fact that they played all of those other tournaments, it only worked in their favor.
Close contact, noting Mel's presence outside in the early rounds.
But there's no pressure on short, and they would have felt that, right? And they can speed up the pace, and they're so aware of this. Alexis with the first was great. The second, I feel, was a gift from the gods.
This is actually looking brutal. Go and Rome, thanks so much.
In place, every post plant is pretty much covered, and you've got an operator. That's an expensive piece of kit.
This is a little bit like I was saying at the beginning, right? And why I think playing, picking attack is really good. There's so much pressure for you to hit the shots. You saw it there, right? Pressure on this guy to hit the shot. It just doesn't come in, so it's like... I think this is a bit of nerves. Also, I do think the picking attack for them was really good. There's always people that can come and trade the shots if they miss the shots, but the pressure was on, and you can kind of see it with some of the shots. Like even the op was missing some shots at the beginning. So.
Nothing but a consolation at this point.
It's worth hunting these down.
Raggy T Raggy, thanks so much, dude. With the prime, appreciate it. 6 months, half a year.
The door's closed as well.
Do they get to keep it? So far, I'm pretty sure it's gone. Okay, Mel.
Nice from Mel.
Punish. Look at the money coming
they got
back
the eco again. It can be pretty good. They're gonna try force this.
Katsumi's already nearly on another. Oh. Already.
This is already too many rounds. I'll be honest. Like 5-0, this is. It couldn't go. It couldn't be any worse. Especially on the defense for Crew.
There's no real tools to. I mean, unless they want to invest here.
Mel's giving it as well.
See Mel there, just kind of starting to get a little feisty too, and. I've got to say it, Mike, in my mind,
Cypher buffs live?
Really well
no.
Yeah, if you talk, away from what we're seeing in the rounds, a couple of exchanges.
Timeout coming in. I don't think they need to change too much. Maybe just it does look a little bit like another thing.
Taking first contact, you actually see immediately scrambling those communicators to say it's all 5. Hit A now. And once again, like I said,
I think this is a good time for a pause. They honestly, with the C9 comp, kind of need to win the rest of them.
Mid rounding coming out from C9 is good. It's not just kind of that predetermined plan. It's not just full on.
Yeah, I can put it like here.
It's just really nice.
I should have asked at the beginning if I needed to put the sound up in game.
The sort of things I wanted is what I alluded to. The fact that they, as 2 stacking towards A main, they did spot Mel nice and early.
They did.
It's a Cypher, it's a spy cam. You've got to start taking those risks early on, because C9 White, how many times are they in this position where
Rockazilla,
they
you're
stack
welcome.
up? They didn't have that snowball effect where coming in.
No crowd till Friday, I think.
Come out and
don't take that as 100%, but that's what I've been told.
Ultimates, it can spiral out of control so quickly when you're playing against Cloud9.
It can, and it might be doing just that. At 5-0 Crew, that timeout could be
essential.
for them.
Lot of ults, but people are super close here as well. Let's wait and see. We get some ecos here, so dude, it's gonna be so hard. By the way, this is gonna be so hard because they're most likely gonna lose this eco.
It could be something they're just not used to. This again, this aggression is so good from them. They are so good at these.
Let's wait. They actually have a very good chance to win this. Mel's super low. Mel's 13 HP.
And the Spike is in a bad position here. They need success over by A, and Bob's given them just that. Bob now on the side can take so much control of this. The Spike, yes, it is still an issue, but they at least have that backup plan.
Still got the cast, yeah. Looking like it. But wait.
First time the Spike has been out of position. Bob perfectly flanked through MA. Finds the first, the second. Actually, Romy gonna fall too.
And Alexis trying to swing from it. That's good. Time to get away though. There was still that pressure. There was still that danger.
It was a nice reaction from Bob when they realized it was like a mid crunch. Just try and take the space.
Find impact, find damage, find something, because this chip damage stops being enough. It stops being a silver lining at 6-0. It stops being anything we can depend upon. The first time we're really seeing C9 having to scramble.
Nice lineup for that. Oh, that's going to go down. If it does go down, I really don't think they should, but we'll see.
Sure, save the fragment for it. Not sure if Konsu's going to consider that. This does give up the lineup for the time being after that door's removed. They can follow through here. Alexis going to take first contact. The Spike, I'm actually spotting out Heaven, but Alexis standing strong. Just one left to find for C9W.
No one's given them any play, and the swing together, it's
you know
sorted. Bob,
it feels like Crew's ecos, it feels like Crew have more chance of winning the ecos so far, just because they're doing something aggressive instead of getting Exect on. Like, if Crew started doing that with guns, and then held on to their sights, I think, or like were more aware for this, they'd be doing better. It seems that when they go onto these buy rounds, they kind of play a little bit passive.
C9W, but it
just don't buy guns. No, honestly, it's like if they just did these kind of stuff with guns, I think they'd be fine.
To actually make use of that time.
There's so many ults up, right? Yeah, we got 9 ults. I don't know. This is gonna be mad.
Okay, we've got the ults coming around.
So many ults, and they decide to go super aggro. Okay, so maybe the coach was saying let's do something aggro. Have Fade ult, and then you had a bit of a Vision Strikers-esque push here. This knife, did this hit? No.
Fully aware, seems hyper aware of the possibility of this, maybe noting the success they had in the prior rounds, but the timing's everything! And Mel's still alive!
Mel's actually a beast.
Uncatchable!
C9 managed to walk into A while that happened. They're doing the most perfect stuff. They go for a B push into this area, crunch over towards B, and they just walk into A.
Just taking their time here. Lockdown being considered.
Do we still have the KO nade?
Have the counter over the Hunter's Fury, and actually Bob going to throw this out preemptively here, just to
That's fine, they still have the KO nade. Oh my goodness.
Konsu from this short position, but finds Kalita instead.
Are they gonna ult?
Katsumi.
They're gonna ult. Okay, they use 2 ults in a 3-on-5.
And there's the TP right towards the back of Boathouse. Going to note that no one is there.
Spike isn't even down. They TP reactively in towards B. They own this. This is interesting. They leave the KO there. Dude, it just felt like Crew popped their ult a little too early. And also like in a 3-on-5, it's.
See what they do with this one. Options are plenty. 28 seconds.
Look at this. This is so weird right now. They're going back into A, and there's 2 people here. So actually, Crew can win this. Time pressure is pretty much on. If they can catch Bob.
I mean, Alexis is already deep on site here.
There it is. Mel gonna make it across. Kinnear though gonna find Katsumi. That was the fight towards B, so the plant's gonna come in, and now we're in the post plant. Favorable numbers still towards Cloud9 White,
dude,
but we're going to see what
C9 looks so calm.
Maybe achieve in this one a little late on rotation because they had to deal with a player who took that TP towards B. Alexis waiting for the pressure to come in through by Tree, going to spot out Konsu. The flash to follow, going to know 2 and fight 2. Alexis taking heads. Just mantled up towards heaven.
That is looking so brutal. It's 7-0 with our super defense-sided comp.
And so far, so damn good. Cloud9 White are just something else.
Imagine they just completely dominate this tournament.
Yep. That was it for Crew. The only thing they come away from here is the Blade Storm for Romy, so absolutely nothing gained off that investment. Actually, on the flip side, I think before that, C9W had either 4 or 5 ults to throw into this, and they're ready to just counter everything that Crew are looking to achieve. You always see him now getting a bit fired up on stage.
This is their map pick as well.
Happier, looking to have some fun.
And on the other side, not going to be a similar scene at all. It's going to be a rude
They're going
awakening,
super
tough,
aggro again.
bitter
They go
pill
over
to
for a
potentially
B
swallow
crunch.
on map
Dude,
one here.
C9 are just doing everything perfect though. Like this is the thing. So like, obviously Crew look a little bit nervous with some of their shots, but every time something like this happens, their reactions are really good. They are abusing A so much. I haven't really seen Crew fight on A side, right? It feels like so C9 have no duelists. So for them to get through choke points, it's really hard. So to play retake on A on majority of these rounds, it's not really what you want to be doing.
Bob gonna take over the next bit of pressure here, spots out more, and he's got the support. It doesn't need it. It's just farming out
Chat,
here.
this is actual.
Just a cut above the
This
rest
is
of
so
the
brutal.
Gaming flawless.
Really hitting their
This is
stride
so
now.
brutal.
8-0 the score. Like I said, that ship has sailed now for Crew to really have any input here. They're in damage control mode now. They need to get something out of these last 4 rounds.
And it feels like maybe just unbridled aggression could be the name of the game. Try and just be disruptive, do something, because it's not working otherwise.
That was supposedly the game plan, right? To actually take the fight to these teams here in Berlin. We've seen it in a couple of rounds, but like I said, it becomes harder and harder to justify now. Like I said, it's to the point where throw something out, see what sticks. So
Again, more aggro here.
There's 4 members of C9 White here. Again, these early round protocols, the slow warp, to actually prevent any further progress behind
Mexo, what's up? Thank you so much. 4 months in the Star Club.
Beautifully done.
Great read, great anticipation.
This is nice as well. Just cutting sound, just freezing, waiting for the reaction. Here comes the reaction. Another push into this. Bob waiting. And just look at that, everyone ready to swing. There's all of them. Good flash, hits 1. This is nice as well. Sage going behind, obviously, with the... Sage going behind with the res as well, playing pretty safe. Double boost up. Dude, this is
just clear cut, Mike. There ain't much to say about this.
No, there isn't.
This is so clean. It's crazy.
Back through to spawn side here. 2 mollies to work with, but
SK Ha. Wait, how do I say your name?
3 members here once again. Bob
SK Hack, I think. Thanks so much, dude. 2 months in the Star Club. Thanks for using your Prime on me. Chat, even I got the drop. Nice.
Very much so. I don't see this going any other way here. Still the utility.
Chat, they might not get around. They actually might not get around.
And it's rough for Crew. There is no good option anymore.
And slipping back into just try and hold on to these rifles. I think a couple of the members...
I really do think that they approached... Obviously, they got a little bit unlucky. They didn't win pistol. But I'm telling you, the way that they approached the... third round, right, the low buy,
don't let your foot
fundamentally wrong.
I'm going to swing through, going to find here. Connie and Konsu will find the kills, but consolations and nothing more.
Yeah, it's way more costly, obviously, for Crew here. Their money devastated, left in tatters and ruins. Might be able to at least spread the wealth a little now. On the other side, of course, you're seeing Max money starting to be hit.
There's Mal's first down.
Problem. It was worth hitting that chase. I just don't know what else Crew are meant to do here now.
I mean, in this one scenario, the one fallback would be, you know, Romy potentially getting Blade Storm up every
3 or 4 rounds. I mean, yeah, that also. But the fact that they're not the fact that they didn't hold this choke point heavy against non-duelist comp is like a little bit criminal.
To get rifles a Bulldog to kind of complete the purchase. And here, Crew playing a little deeper. No progress either side of the map.
Okay, this is looking like a round. 3 people here holding the choke point. You can't really blame C9 for not even thinking that they have to go anywhere else and just seeing if they can walk through the choke point. They finally realized that they can't, right? This choke point's getting blocked off, so now they have to go somewhere else. So this is good calling from C9 as well.
Yeah, lovely work. Mel calling this one out as well.
Knife goes in and hits the Omen, so they get good info. They can still stack 3 people away. This is looking like Crew's best chance to get around.
Coming on the knife, good. Smoke goes up. Romy Island. Trade comes out.
What's the timing like?
Res
goes in.
Res gonna come out.
Big jaws there. It's still doable. Look at the killjoy. Not sure you have to run.
As they should be. Beast though finally comes alive on the side, and there's a fight to be had.
Bob with the response on here. Kalita and Konsu left to try and cover this one now. Bob actually peeks ahead of that. As the spike is planted, so now 1v2.
Okay, nice, much better. Look at that. Hold the choke points.
Konsu
Dude, they
swings
even
through,
had a res into this
finds
round,
Crew's
right?
first round.
If you hold down these choke points against a comp that doesn't have duelists, that can't get out of the choke points, it's so hard. They had to go somewhere else. They went on short. They shut it down. Even with a res, they managed to win into this round. So much better.
You take what you can get at this point. That's as much as you can
It's
really
so
say about
late
this.
though.
There's no
It's way too late
nice way
to be
put it
playing
is
right.
that 9 down. You
Like
claimed
it's
one
good to
back,
see
you
that
leave
they've
yourself a shot now going forward.
that they've finally got it, but it's
in
way
a
too
position
late.
where they can buy back through. Jazzy does fantastically to deal with this threat. Actually, perfect reveal coming through on short. And you see, actually, initially it looks a little uneasy for C9W as they try and recover the situation. So Crew come through, find the burst, another
Winnable.
rifle purchase coming through, and actually a Guardian to round it out this time.
I would love to be a believer,
Crew can
but
build anything off this.
I think so. It's so fine to get hit by the knife here
Actually,
close,
do have ultimates
because
available
it
here
goes
to
in
invest
so
in.
many places. So they don't actually know. Sometimes it's better to get hit
Bob
by a
actually
KO knife
operates up.
and to actually not give them
So
information.
maybe
It
an
kind of
indication
depends on the
C9W
KO
gonna
knife.
try and slow things down a little bit here.
Well, still going to hit that pressure towards middle.
Short
Leave them
is
present,
looking
so
kind of
that
weak, but they
late
do have close A main.
hold towards B main.
I mean, the alarm actually positioned behind these cages.
This is gonna be good
They'll try and plant
information.
The seed, the potential progress up mid. Nothing following
Knife only
through
hits
here.
one.
Actually, the preemptive.
Damn,
not
okay.
command based.
They actually ulted, so that
Actually, look
that
how
makes them
deep
go
Bob
over
is
towards here. As we
positioned
can
here.
see, B is
They're
really
trying
weak.
to
Dude, the
probe to
calling from
almost
C9
bait
is
out
great.
this push
Like, I do
once
think
again
Crew
from
played this a
Crew.
little bit wrong at the beginning, but like the calling from C9's been
From
so
Romy,
good.
though. Down to 78
Like, don't get me
early
wrong.
on, still happy to
It
take
is
this
a
engagement
lot of them
and
doing
rewarded
good
for
stuff
it.
as well.
Yeah, they're going to note Konsu though, so that's not going to go on scene. The rotations are on the way. And
Okay,
there's no real
Jet and
backup plan.
Killjoy
It is quite
need to
all in
kill.
now. The smoke
If
will
they can
come
kill
down,
2 between
and
them,
the lockdowns come
there's
out.
a
This is
good
now
ult.
going to give them a time limit. There is pressure put on Cloud9, and Romi's reposition is perfect. Going to find Katsumi. Bob and Mel still alive and kicking, but for how
Big
long?
kill.
2 more
To deal with
seconds.
this.
They got to handle it. They got to handle it now.
Oh.
Mel can't do it. Gets caught, but still stands.
Oh my god, this is so crazy. Should have enough time to go get the spike. Should have enough time, right?
Slow sailing,
Oh
but he's
god,
gonna
it's
spike, but he's gonna
close.
pop.
Yeah,
Couple of
just
seconds
enough
to spare,
time.
they get it done,
That's so
and Bob's
funny.
waiting. Double digits, as manic as
Never
they
in
have
doubt.
been, they've made it to 10.
Last round in the half.
Mel just charging
It
through.
all came down to
With
that jaw
3
back
seconds
aside, that
left,
was
still
funny.
looking for that kill. Pulls out the Sheriff, tries to deal with the lockdown, but the contingency in place. 2 members of C9W still outside that lockdown area of effect. Even did beautiful
And
trade
yeah,
from
Mel
Mel
just
actually
did
onto
everything,
Katsumi.
With 5 bullets, she had to spin over. Man, 10-1. Impressive, gotta say it, very impressive to see. And again, shattering the economy.
Konsu is
As soon as it came
Mazino's
over,
sister?
back-
Oh, really?
And,
Oh, that's a shot.
Where's this
Oh.
bin? Where's this fire bin
Pansy.
from Crew? Love that aggressive first peek. Gonna be able to dip away now. Don't need to overextend on this. Obviously unrecoverable rifle, but still good damage achieved. Could potentially spread the wealth. Depend on the knives a little if you could.
We have seen C9W flip these 4v5s time and time again, though. Particularly
It's a
on
good
these
shot.
rounds of Crew
They
Ascent
have
on versus
knife
Purchase. First time we've actually seen
if they
Crew
want.
dip away
So
from
they
it,
could
though.
definitely
They
pop
find the
knives
first
and
blood,
throw the
they're
gun
actually
over,
in safe
but
positions. Romy
these two have
positioning
guns at
all
the
way
moment,
towards
so
short. I mean,
let's keep an eye on
potentially
these
here
two if they
throw the
decide to do
rifle
it. It's
across,
last round,
make use of
so
that
I do
blade
think
storm
that
here. It being
using the
round
knife
12.
and then throwing the gun over could be good, but they kind of don't want to lose positions at the moment.
Actually, utility noted. Inside
They're gonna
B
have good,
here.
dude. Every time
Only
C9
with
are going to the
Sheriff
right
in
side,
hand.
so we can see one
Not too
person
much
here.
support either.
Is it
If
gonna be
players-
fast
players
enough?
at least have weaponry to play with. It's
Roman ult came
Kalita
in to get
only on the
information.
Sheriff
Might have
as
seen a
well,
few of
so
them.
Gonna be a rough one for Konsu.
Fade gets.
And Kalita, that's brave. That is very brave. Wall goes up. Potential problems there. Kalita gets found, so the
Oh, this
support
is gonna be
system
weird
gone,
timing.
and now it's Konsu just left on their own. But great positioning, at least gonna get away with one. Takes out a
I was gonna say, still on top of the wall.
Death from above, and the shot
Dude,
just about
how-
clips the wings of Konsu. Gonna dip
how
back
is that
down
not
for it,
killed?
though.
3
Player
HP,
outside the smoke, 20
147.
seconds here, and the pressure's tying him out. Jazzy finally gets found, and now it's Mel and Katsumi. 18 seconds, plant not in just yet, and Romy looking for that chance above it. Doesn't get it. The paranoia slowing down the roll, and this pressure is dying him out. 10 seconds, they need a plant, and they needed it a while ago. A tap on the spike, but it's Mel trying to get in their face. Katsumi gonna do just about enough to maybe buy time for a plant. And Kinnear gonna feel that pressure, has to hold for a second. The classic switch.
Okay,
was
they
not
get
gonna
two,
get it
but-
done. Kinnear gonna get them.
Yeah, they get 2. I don't know. It's
Silver
not
lining
enough.
something,
The
a
C9 comp on
second
defense is
round.
just too
You
strong.
could barely
But at
call
least
it
they
a
get
lifeline.
some At least they get a little bit of confidence going in. It's a best of 3, so
these individuals stepping up and excelling.
They definitely started off like
it's
shaky.
translated here to the stage in Berlin.
It absolutely has. The dominance
Yeah, I didn't want to say it's
carried
winnable.
through, and
On
here's
paper, it's
the look back.
winnable, but
And
obviously,
Jazz being
like
such a problem
from
from
what
his
we've been
positioning,
seeing, I'm not a
well,
believer.
Coming through just in a second there, you saw it, but eventually got found in the end. You can see the
210 is the game changer, guys.
turning,
Okay.
but a commanding start and a commanding performance, and holding that reputation.
Yeah, exactly.
As high
They
as expected.
it warms them up.
Stunning start. Crew giving themselves barely a lifeline here at 10-2.
So yeah, the Cypher. Wait, we can have ads.
Wow.
How's this gonna go?
What a strong start for Cloud9 White, but good enough though to see Crew really show some life there.
Have I watched a lot of
toward the end. That is
C9
exactly what they needed if they
White
want to try
matches
and bring this
before?
one back in the next half.
Not massively. I've probably watched like 10 altogether, I would say.
On being dominant in game
So
changers, and they're
not
showing it here
a
again.
mad
Yeah,
amount,
completely.
but
I'm gonna dare
an okay
anybody
amount.
that it's at home. When we are in game, try and find when we have the player cams and we have Mel. Try and find
Map
1
2's Haven.
second when she's quiet. She's talking all the time. She has everything under control, and I think this is one of the reasons.
Do I think
why
NRG would be
this
good of
beginning
Ardis?
the half
Yeah.
was so dominant by
Trust me,
because they had a
Ardis.
plan in every
The
single
only
second,
thing when I was with
every single
Ardis in Fish
Yeah,
1,
well,
2,
I mean,
3,
that
if
is the
Ardis
sign
put
of a good leader,
hours in,
right?
he was
Someone
one of the
that
best players in
doesn't
the
matter what's
game.
going on in
If
the
he
game,
decided
doesn't
to
matter
not
what
put
the
hours in,
scoreline
he
is,
was
we keep
very
talking
average.
because at the end of the
So as
day,
long as
the
he's
job's not done till
motivated
the
and he
trophy's
puts in a
lifted
lot
over
of
your
time,
Yeah, it
he'll be
absolutely
very good.
is not. And for Cloud9 in this game as well, I think they played this composition really well.
He
It's
has
tough
big
play
shoes
on
to
Ascent
fill, though,
without
so
that dive duelist,
I
without
don't
that
think-
that raise, something to that
I don't
effect,
think
but
he'll
they do
be
it
doing
really well, and it's
the
sort of
same as what
leveraging
Ye
this
does,
stage
but
for these consistent split hits. You saw in that final round, a la FPX, Jazz
what do I think about the Sen
Sen
roster?
finding
Dude, I'm actually
value
not sure
with
what to
the
think.
up.
I
You see
have
slow-up lineups going towards heaven. Cloud9 with this
I
composition,
just have a
they
big
don't play
question
a
mark
lot
around
in NA
tens.
because they're
Like,
just so
I
dominant
just
here, but they are very well practiced with it.
if I
To
was
me, it's
making
also
that
very
team,
surprising to see players, for
I'm
example,
just
like
not sure I
Alexis,
have
we
the
were talking
confidence
about,
to
you
make
know,
the
how
whole
now you
team
have to
around
use the
him.
KO with the new patch,
But
playing exclusively
I hope they
not
prove me
exclusively,
wrong.
most likely for you, Tim. And
What's up,
the
Yinsu?
way
How you
she was
doing?
using the knives, getting all the information, and
The watch
forcing
parties are
Crew
back.
out of the way all
Exactly.
the time.
Yeah, it was constantly.
It's nice to be
you
back.
could
I'm not gonna lie.
tell that C9 round after
Yinsu,
round,
you go Japan
had
soon, right?
A plan of attack, even when Bob was just like hanging back deep into this into their side.
Sure.
It was like,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see if something's gonna happen because you know the rest of the team, they have that execution on the other side.
Yeah, and now as we look ahead towards this second half, it is going to be, I think, more important for Crew than anything else
Yeah, I think
to
some will be fine.
able to get a couple rounds, get the confidence back.
All right, well, let's see if Crew can bring this one
Cobbs,
back, or we'll see
what's
C9
up?
close it out.
Thank
Let's
you
send it
so
back over
much.
to your
5
cast.
months. Let me put a slug on the screen for you.
Well,
Okay, so
10-2,
in
I
terms
think they
of
need more than bloody
what
confidence.
you're probably gonna be seeing from
That's
Mel.
not gonna cut it.
No,
not
I
gonna
like the
cut it.
desk.
Time
you
goes
know,
on.
you're
So in terms of what you're probably going to
trying.
see
I
seeing
appreciate
from
you,
Mel,
but,
see
they needed a
trips
lot
like
more
this,
than they
which we
needed in
call
the first half.
info trips.
I don't
They're
think the
relatively
last two
useless
rounds
against a
gave me
Fade.
enough,
You're never going to see this one on B, I imagine,
there
just
was not
because
enough to
Fade normally
really
goes here with the
interject. Okay,
Prowlers.
well, they finally figured it out. They finally
So
got their
you're
stride.
going to
It
see
was
more
2
kill
good rounds,
trips, which
but
are
hey,
just kind of
I mean,
trips
if
just
Crew
in the
wanna
middle
completely,
to try and
you know,
actually kill people through your
shift
cages or
the
through
entire
the enemy
focus
smoke.
here
So
and really
should be
rely
seeing a
on
lot of
pace
that.
to
I
try
think
and
you
be
might.
aggressive here.
I'm not even
Probably
sure if this is
build
the one that
around
goes
Robbie
like that,
versus
but
this
it's more fun to
composition
do it over
towards
towards
Mel
A
and
because
Jazzy
Fade
to
normally
really slow things down
defaults.
and prevent Crew from really breaking through this.
I actually think you know that the Fade has longer distance now. That's a bit of a Cypher buff as well.
Gonna be the one to try and take those first couple
So
steps. Alexis,
that's good.
full respect.
It's a weird crunch over toward. It's not like this is weird from C9.
And actually the punish towards Mel. A little bit of a fumble on the timing.
So I like mid crunches, chat. I like mid crunches from here and here, right? Where you crunch into middle from these places. A mid crunch from like here and here doesn't really work. It's not. It's two different angles. It's like two different angles that aren't looking at the same point. So I didn't actually like the call here from C9. This is probably the first call out of the whole of this game that I didn't like.
Much better. Loved how much they were able to capitalize on some of the small.
At least they were trying to be
mistakes
proactive.
C9 there and making it their own.
Nice run from Crew though.
Pace,
They hit a lot of their
keeping that
shots.
momentum up, taking the side
But yeah, they were a little bit
all
isolated,
good.
right?
10
Normally
to
you
3,
fight from
still
here and here,
heavy advantage,
and the
C9.
people in the middle have to worry about two angles at once. But
Find a bit of
because
that
of
form
these
here going
walls right
forward,
here,
there's no
these
mistakes.
could
They
just
can't
focus
drop
on
the ball
this,
now.
and these could just focus on this and not have to worry.
Need to stick to this. It needs to follow through here all the way.
13-10, everyone. Could you imagine? Dude, I'd be down for it. Do you think Harbor is any good in the current patch? No, I think it's awful.
Very early progress towards bottom mid here. You can see actually that's the reason the pop flash through the smoke comes on short. Like I said, Katsumi unfortunately Just maybe a couple of seconds off, but caught totally out in the open once that smoke did fade.
Yep.
Even with 2 times cascade? Nah, awful. Doesn't change anything.
See what tempo Crew try and continue at, but you can see them kind of
if that's the rumored harbor buff, you've just given me double my you've given me double my worst ability. That's relatively awful.
Jazzy actually got a shorty position.
Like you, like honestly,
over towards tree here.
Give me 5 of those abilities and then I'm listening.
Alone,
like, and I'm being deadly serious. Give me 5 cascades and then I'll listen.
Kalita at least a little curious here with Romy. Both initiators here, potential to try and set Romy up to find this entry on beat. C9W happy to stick as 4 over towards A.
Yeah, a little gamble stack.
We see
I mean, there are some sheriffs, so it's
pretty much an FPX buy. It's a little bit different. Double Guardian. Got a lot of light armors, so I do wonder in the future if this many light armors, because this is becoming more and more common, like loads of light armors into this round. I do wonder if this starts happening, if you start seeing more different buys on these ecos. I don't ever think it's worth, but I think 1 or 2 stingers might become kind of meta.
Probably 3 noted on that. So again, should be well and truly prepared. Nice little late mid lurk coming in as well. And should really seal it up. And Kalita just steals it away. Poor Oconce.
This is nice. If they can keep this clean, oh wait, they keep this super clean. No one's taking any damage. No one took any damage. An actual flawless. Like, yeah, that's really good. They save. They save. Let's look at this. Surely no one upgrades armor, right?
And actually, those Guardian purchases in the previous.
Yeah, they were thinking about it.
A good stance. You don't have to, close the distance anywhere in this bonus. Yeah, actually,
again, I don't think Crew are going to win, but any rounds to get them a little bit warmed up and get them confident is going to be good for them. It's nice to know that you're like when it's like 9-0 and stuff, they look
in the second half, but
they look like actual gods. But when you start getting more and more rounds, you get more confident.
I think it was a couple of sheriffs and maybe a shorty in the previous. I don't know what utility was invested, but towards Bob, Katsumi and see Bob find the first kill of the Romy. Look at the repeat onto that angle as well.
The confidence of some of those repeats. That play.
Neuron unscathed. The damage coming through the wall more than anything, but you can see.
Are they going to react on short? They don't have to, but it looked like they wanted to do something. Okay. Wall goes up. Wall gets broken. That's nice though. Even though Crew are one person down, actually, it's not too bad at the moment. They've created a good amount of pressure still.
Have to be on alert here, conscious of the possibility.
Dysync, thank you so much. Dysyncs with the Prime 4 months.
I like this. They're testing multiple areas, kind of that mid.
Take any chance you can stay in the club. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support.
Making it hard work to make any sort of gamble.
Okay, 40 seconds. Spike is still here though, so that's going to take a long time to get over. You might see these 3 go on their own.
No one got noted. They go back towards this. Spike recovered and on the way, but there are rotations in, and Cloud9 White are in position for this.
This dude on short's going to have such a rough time.
Hard to stick the landing on 30 seconds. This could go astray.
You're starting to see how strong this comp is on defense, but they've used a good amount of util out of them. Push them over towards site. I feel so sorry for this fade.
Low HP, Alexis will deal with it.
Yeah, and here's that main play, and they build the door. How do you
hey, not too bad, not too bad. They get us down into this. This is okay. This is actually doable.
There's still a bit of a chance here.
Someone has to go huge.
Try to make something out of it. Plant gonna come down. Spam doesn't find as much as Bob would have wanted. And now we look at the post plant. What do they have for it? Just kind of tucked towards under heaven. It ain't pretty. Then nothing.
This is rough now. Got so much space.
A little bit of damage, but it wasn't gonna be enough. But for a bonus.
Yeah, for a bonus, not too bad.
That's not bad for Crew.
They've drawn blood once again.
We'll see it. Alexis is 1 away from getting an ult, and let's see if Crew have any ults into this round. This is like the big one.
Round 2 purchase as well.
Yep.
Crew actually in a very, very good position to buy back in here. Slight advantage across the board in terms of this ultimate cycle.
Did I talk about C9's comp? A little bit. I wonder if they I wonder if this was just a... So the comp, again, is like a super defensive comp. No duelists and stuff like that. So I wondered if they actually looked at how Crew liked to play their defense and saw that they would just play a retake all the time. So they realized that they could get through the choke point. Like, pretty much every round. So they knew that they would be able to get a decent amount on attack, and then obviously this comp on defense should be fine.
If you do start getting chipped away in, in the first gun, in the first buy round, and everything else coming out, bonus. Oh no!
They always play this? Oh, then it's
fumble in it. Maybe pressure getting a little much here. You're starting to see 11 against you. It does start to mount, and well, Bob takes absolutely.
Then Crew just played it wrong, really.
Jazzykins and co feeling that pressure starting to mount towards short, and the wall goes up.
In. The wall actually catching 2 on the left side of it here. Actually, Kalita nearly caught on that retreat. Romy, though, still stuck on the left side of this.
Do you think the HUD in Valorant? I think the HUD in Valorant is really good at the moment now. I think they've got I think it's got to a good level.
So shuffling back towards the B side, so pressure towards
all the information is pretty much here now.
Looking for any of these opponents coming in, and Bob repositioning towards top mid. This could be great timing for Bob, but actually gets warded away. Lovely support coming out from Bashed. Can at least keep their player safe as they try and pour up through middle.
Looking a lot more comfortable here on their attacking half. Kalita.
Okay, what can Mel do? Anything from the kill trip? Do we get a spam? Do we get a ping?
The spy cam is still available, not anymore though, but a couple of one-ways now.
Yeah,
to
the
work
one-ways are so strong.
Mel be rewarded for her patience.
Well, may not be a lion's den, more like the rat's cage here. Mel waiting in the back. Don't allow the plant to come in, can't quite challenge. Has a smoke to keep safe on the right side, and the first challenger comes in and cleans her out.
Okay.
Mel gone. Romy gonna find Jazzykins. This is much better work coming in, but the late flank.
Let's see what these 3 on site can do.
Pop in the ult as well. Okay, we're down to a 3v3 here. All of Crew's players tucked on the site itself.
After plant positions aren't too bad. What's the reaction to this smoke? Are they going to go through?
Towards the back of the site, Kalita. Great work towards Katsumi. They need more. They find more.
Oh, just the shots a little bit unlucky there. 5-8. Look at that, 5 HP, 10 HP. Just a little. Just came down to the jaws at the end. Few body shots against headshots.
15 HP between them,
I mean, yeah, this has been crazy dominant, but I do think Crew will have a much better performance next map.
String together some sort of purchase here, at least rifles and the light shield coming through. Couple of ultimates online now, Kalita and Konsu. Probably the 2 to build around. Romy,
yeah, I thought the after plant positions weren't too bad as well. It just it was just jaws, so it was aimed at.
Did note Alexis was the closest.
It was just body shots against headshots.
Bob does have the Hunter's Fury online now. Can Crew hold C9 on the 12th for the time being? Beautifully execute. Back onto B side there from C9 White.
Well, giving it.
Yeah, she is actually giving it.
Okay, Hunter's Fury right off the rip here, Bob. Did catch Kinnear, yeah, absolutely. And it's actually Alexis to find the follow-up towards Kalita, so this is not looking good as a start. Losing on that pressure, and Mel already taking space.
It's because the NA blood, yeah, you gotta do it.
That's a big ultimate off the board.
Okay, Mel has just walked all the way through B with a Cypher.
Yes, Mel has taken over half.
She's gone all the way through B, she's put a trip here, and she's bottom and middle with a Cypher. This is too much. Well, Tis, what's up, dude? How you doing? Thanks so much. 6 months, half a year, dude. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Retake that space. You are seeing Bob have to respect that. Spin back around towards top middle, and Jazzy taking a peek.
Alexis got the knife back up though, so actually now with the null command coming through, almost going to anticipate this, but Alexis just swings out.
Oh man, that's how they end it. Damn, they look strong. I think Crew gave them a bit of an easy time with how they played.